episode 22 of the Wei'S World podcast. It's been a month. I think it's been
a minute.
It's been about a month since I've done an episode of the Wei'S World podcast. I just literally woke up today, like she said, kind of with some energy, and was like, you know what?
Energy.
Let me do an episode of the Wei'S World podcast. And for the Wei'S World podcast, if this is your first time tuning in, this was the first brick laid to create the Wei'S World Podcasting Network.
The whole shebang where we're at.
If
now.
it was not for the Wei'S World Podcast, it would be no Wei'S World Network.
Facts.
So, this is the OG show where we smoke, we might drink, we talk about a little bit of everything.
Just a little.
So sit back, relax, grab you something to drink, grab you something to eat, roll you up one, and let's get on with the motherfucking show. I fucked it towards the very end, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and get into some of these topics and let you all know what is on the docket. On today's docket, Colin Kaepernick has his own ice cream, or it's coming up. He has a collab with Ben & Jerry's. Also, a pastor tells his congregation to get COVID, get it over with. Lil Wayne pleads guilty to gun charges, and there's a couple more things going on with Lil Wayne that we're going to also talk about, but that hit the news. Walmart is gearing up to administer COVID vaccine and thinking about sending about 5,000 to 5,000 of their pharmacies. So sending the COVID vaccine to about 5,000 different pharmacies. And then, as you all know, the title of the show, Deebo passed. And it just hurt, man.
Real quick, you can still see the chair.
What?
I'm trying to.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit like that.
Push it up.
So maybe there. Okay. If you're listening to this and not watching, not watching this, you're gonna probably have heard the chair be moved. I apologize for that. There's no way for me to take it out the audio. But like I said, the title, and everything is should.
Okay.
But the title of the episode is, of course, R.I.P. Administer, aka Deebo. We're gonna talk about just some of our favorite memories. Again, I have a couple, not just from what's the word I'm looking for? Not just from Friday, not from the Friday franchise, but also because he was a wrestler. So I can speak to it from different angles. But let's go ahead and get into this icebreaker first. So, there was a mall center that denied a child a nerf gun. That's all I needed to hear, because how dare you, mall center, hurt this child's feelings like this? It's the innocence of Christmas that we all wish we still had. That little twinkle in your eye that lets you know Santa's coming. I've been good all year. I'm gonna get these presents that I've been asking for all year, and it's just gonna be the best time. It's gonna be cookies, milk.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on.
Fuck mall Santa.
Because what age were you? Just quick. What age were you when you did not believe in Santa anymore? What age were you?
I don't remember exactly, but I know for a fact it was under 12, because
I agree.
It was under 12, because if I'm not mistaken,
I want to say even younger than that. I definitely feel like I always knew that Santa wasn't real. I feel like I always knew it was my family buying my gifts. However, I did remember as a kid, you sit out cookies.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember there being the cookies being gone or whatever, and it just kind of being a little freaked out. Okay, it's probably not that serious.
It was amazing. It was hard to go to sleep, and then you try to stay up and be sneaky. What we catch Santa? I remember one year. We both was sleep. Me and Santa was sleeping out, and my mama, my auntie, and a couple other adults were over, and they were in the living room chilling, kicking it. Mm-hmm. And so I got up tiptoeing like a cartoon character trying to like see like what's Santa, like are you talking to Santa, like and like the moment my head like hit the door, there was like lay your, like in like unison, like lay your ass down. I'm like, what? Okay, like just like
what can you say at that point? But I kind of thought that the concept of Santa was kind of creepy, like this random ass dude sneaking in here, and I mean I'm just super like scared, you know, like I just be thinking about the worst shit sometimes. And I feel like I remember thinking that as a kid, like this is actually kind of creepy that there's going to be someone breaking into our house, like regardless if they're bringing gifts or not, like nobody seems to find that kind of weird, you know, or I don't know, like asking any questions about it. So I don't know, like I think low-key I've always knew, but back to this innocence, because at this point nowadays children are even worse than what they were when, like, I know that kids and, like, you know, people that you go to school with, like, people can be mean. Like we could.
Kids are horrible. Yeah, kids definitely. Are horrible.
So I just feel like at this point now, kids are like even worse. They're like over 9,000 mean, and like, so he probably wants this Nerf gun for all the wrong reasons. Like,
well, here's the story to see if your claims are true. A 4-year-old was captured on video crying after a Chicago area mall center told the child he couldn't give the boy a Nerf gun for Christmas, saying no guns. The video shows this woman's son, his name is Michael, sitting at a table, sitting at a table across from the mall center. The boy then tells the Santa he would like a Nerf gun for Christmas. The Santa replies saying no guns. The lady said that she thought maybe the Santa didn't hear her son correctly. In the video, she heard chiming and saying loudly, Nerf gun. The Santa responds, no, not even a Nerf gun, adding, if your dad wants to get it for you, that's fine, but I can't bring it to you. The child can be seen visibly upset as his mom walks over to comfort him in the video. The mom said she had to fight back tears. The mall later sent another Santa to the DeCarlo home to deliver a Nerf gun directly to the child, Michael. And the lady edited her original Facebook post to say that the mall had responded quickly with kindness and understanding.
Look, I love the part about I just was holding back tears. Like, I mean,
tears?
I get it, because like I feel like, yeah, you know, like if depending on why the little kid was crying, I might be like, oh, that makes me sad too. But considering that he's crying because literally Santa's like, no guns, period. It's too much gun violence going on. This little shit's gonna come and ask for a Nerf gun. Like, I understand it's a Nerf gun, but I just mean, like I said, at this point, it's in 2020, like there's just things that we are really sensitive about, and as a society, and I feel like guns are one of them. And like, look, like the Kyle dude, he killed 2 people.
I believe so.
I don't know. I just feel like gun violence is obviously a huge problem, but like that Santa tried to make a moral stand. Like, no, we ain't doing none of that gun shit over here, boy. Okay, none of that. I'm not with none of that shit. You know, maybe he lost somebody to gun violence or something. I'm not sure, but like I feel like it was a moral thing. Like no guns. Like it's a moral thing, and I feel like the mom was just like, I don't know, like I kind of fuck with it just because at the state that we're in, you know, like
it's still just like that's fucked up though. Like you don't have to crush them little boys, like, and then you're gonna say if your dad wants to get it for you, like, of course my dad can get it for me, but like. Maybe he ain't got it. Like, maybe he ain't got it right now. Like, come on,
Santa ain't got it either, morally. I'm not fucking with that shit. I'm not bringing you no gun. I'm making that clear right now.
Fuck that.
He said, fuck you. That's what he said.
Fuck that.
Fuck you, little boy. Really? Give his gun. Like, it's niggas
out
here.
Fucking Nerf gun. Bring me a cap gun.
Shit. I'm with you, Santa.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up, Santa. You didn't have to destroy him like that. Speaking of some more fucked up shit, we're going to go ahead and move over to the next thing, though, because this is extremely fucked up. A Michigan pastor tells his congregation to get COVID and to get it over with. A Michigan pastor employed his congregation to get infected with the coronavirus in order to get it over with. Bart Spencer, senior pastor at Lighthouse Baptist Church, made the comments on November 14th, the Holland Sentinel reported. While some congregants wear them, the church does not encourage mask wearing and has been holding in-person services since the spring. COVID is all good. Several people have COVID. None have died yet, Spencer said. It's okay. Get it. Get it over with. Press on. These comments were made as an offhand remark after he started coughing while delivering a sermon. The sermon was available on the church website but later removed. The comments were shared on social media by a former congregant who was shocked when he heard them. I had no intention of posting, but I couldn't believe what I just saw and heard. Spencer said he and several family members have contracted and survived the virus. He said, it's not fun. I lost my sense of taste and smell, but my bout with the flu was worse, he said. Spencer said in a later sermon, addressing the comments, that people have the complete right and privilege to believe whatever you want to believe. Most people infected with the virus experience mild symptoms, including a fever and cough. However, others, especially adults or people with pre-existing conditions, can experience more severe symptoms, including pneumonia and death. So, if you are not feeling well, go get a COVID test. I had my first COVID test. It was extremely fucking uncomfortable.
But it was self-administered. I liked that. You know, like
my nose still hasn't been the same since. Like I just talking about it just made me feel like it was right there. But yeah, fuck. But like what? And the thing is, I wanna like tread lightly because it's a pastor.
But this nigga said, get COVID.
Get COVID.
Just get it over with.
Go ahead.
I mean, I'm also in that percentage of people that thinks that like everybody is damn near gonna get this shit.
I'm sorry if I'm looking down. I'm trying to see if I hear my damn chihuahua. Because I feel like I hear her whimpering.
We do. But it's because she wants to get out of her cage. And so what we're not going to do is have the dogs running around for the broadcast right now. Because Keeper came busting in the room when I was live doing the live with Jasmine the other day. And I literally was like, oh my gosh, if he bumps this table. And he bumped it a little bit and like one thing fell off. I was like, that was just a warning. Like I'm here. He's in here and he's gonna fuck shit up if he. So that's why they're in their cage right now. But COVID, we already know, is very serious, and you know they're talking about this fucking getting this vaccine together, and I'll probably save this what I have for the vaccine for when we talk about that. But like I was listening to the radio, and I can't remember if I was like on my way from bringing you back, taking you to work, or if I was on my way to get you from work. I'm not 100% sure. But it was like the DL Hughley show, and they were talking about if they think church, like he had people call in and give their opinion on if the church should be open or whatever. And surprisingly, there was a lot of people that called in that was like, yeah, I think the church should be open so we can, you know, go and praise God like appropriately and like go to the church. And I was just like, but even in my opinion, like when I was hearing this, I was like, it's crazy to hear this because I feel like a lot of churches was already doing virtual services before COVID. Like, you know, like I definitely see like Mount Zion live all the time. Just for churches that I know here, I believe Eastern Star has virtual church, but I mean that's just churches that I know here where I live. But like I know that there's so many churches that do virtual services, just because like people got kids, you know, like all sorts of stuff. So I was just really surprised to hear so many people that were like angry that churches were closed for COVID. But I mean, people honestly are just angry for a lot of the wrong things at this now. So it's just like I don't even think that the anger is for like I'm so angry that the churches are closed. I think it's like
people just ready for
COVID to be
you know,
like people
ready for that shit to be done with.
Raging at anything.
But here's the thing that people don't understand: it'll never be done with until we all act right. There'll be some people that don't want the vaccine, and you know they could be spreading it in between other people that don't want the motherfucking vaccine. I haven't necessarily decided which way of the fence I'm on. Right now, I am pushing towards the vaccine side just to, you know, be safe. But
who are you?
Slightly. Again, I have more research to do though. So.
Well, I was going to say this for when we actually get to the part about the vaccine, but I do need to see if this is true. But from what I've seen so far, it's giving niggas Bell's palsy. That's what I've been seeing all over Twitter. I saw it on Facebook just recently. So I need to see if that's actually real. But I was like, see? But I was quick to assume that was actual information. But even if it's not, I'm not comfortable with a COVID vaccine. I'm not comfortable with even being, because obviously the vaccine is the shit. Yeah. It's going to be COVID in it. You're going to get COVID. So I mean, to that same logic of me being like, I feel like we're all going to have COVID. If we all get this vaccine, we damn near are. We are going to all have it. And some of us may not make it.
So it's not like this isn't about COVID, but it's an announcement I did want to kind of make, but I was trying to figure out how to transition into it, but fuck it, we're here. This will be the first video that will be back up on the Wei'S World YouTube page. We've shellacked like hard on uploading videos to the Wei'S World YouTube page. So what we're going to do is with this video, this will be the first one that we put back up. So shout out to that. And I also was going to try to do like some little like funny transition into this next thing, but I do want to talk about Deebo. I do want to go ahead and get into that. I want to talk about not ready to rumble. He was in a movie with Hulk Hogan, then he wrestled for WCW as the Gangster. It was a lot going on.
I didn't even know that
he was definitely a wrestler.
I think yesterday when Wayman told me that, I was like, oh.
And in the WWF, he was Zeus.
I think that was one of the comments. Yeah, I think that was.
He was Zeus. And then obviously in the Friday series, he was Deebo. Like,
at least, and then for me, that's kind of what I'll always remember him for that. I think obviously a lot of people, everybody kind of will if you didn't know the wrestling stuff, like me, but it's just crazy because Wayman and I were actually just talking about Friday because we were watching an episode of Black Blasphemy.
Yeah. And they were talking about like
they didn't think Friday was funny. And I agreed. I really don't think that movie is that funny.
I think Friday is hilarious. And Deebo is in one of the funniest scenes because it's like when Smokey sneak in to get his money back and he get his shit, but like, how can I put it? It's like, so Deebo's sock ended up on like this fucking drink that was on the floor. So when Smokey like take the sock off the drink, and dip the fuck up out of there, Deebo fucking like smells it and like jerk back real quick and then like puts that bitch down.
He smells the sock?
No, he smells the straw because like a sock, like his dirty ass sock was on his straw. Like I butchered the fuck out the scene. I think I definitely know the scene that you're talking about. That shit's fucking hilarious.
You're 5.
Like it's just his jerk back. He was like damn, like I say, like it's like petty as fuck. Like
that is really petty. Like you thought that was funny. I mean, no judgment, but I just think that's so. I think it's funny that you thought that was funny. But I also agreed with that.
He his ass knocked out by Ice Cube. Like what?
I think the funniest one is Friday After Next.
Not even next Friday? What?
I mean, next Friday definitely has its moments, and I think Friday also has its moments.
Baby Joker.
I laughed a lot more.
Titties, big ass titties. Let's party. That's it. Like
that was also like annoying. Like I don't know. Like, Joker was annoying to me. Like I was like.
I'm an Aztec warrior. Annoying.
But no, for real, rest in peace. And I just can't, we were literally just having this conversation and I did a Deebo impression and I feel like it was really bad. And now I don't even feel like it's in good taste now, so I'm not going to do it for you guys. But I think I thought I had a good Deebo impression, and Wayman actually told me that it was fucking trash. So
did I tell you?
You were like, that was not good. I was like, really? No, I thought it was.
I don't remember telling her it was trash.
But,
so if I did, I apologize.
Yeah, we were literally just talking about Friday, Deebo, and It's just like, what's happening? You know, like, I just.
And that's the crazy part, because that really just do leave you thinking, like, what the hell? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
But this is another example of. But I don't know if this is COVID related. I haven't looked at that far.
Yeah, I haven't either. I definitely hope not.
I hope not. But in the off chance that may be the case, all I want to say is just like, because this is going back to the whole vaccine thing. Be careful. Be careful. The time that we're living in right now, we don't know who the fuck got what. You can, in the slightest second, be perfectly fine and go to infect them. So in this time that we live in, we definitely got to be fucking careful.
Yeah, facts. I mean, and especially in the situation where it is, like we said, we don't necessarily know, but it just brings it all full circle that this shit is real and it's not to be played with. But I'm also not going to get this vaccine, so I'll take my chances, I guess, with, I don't even know, like, I don't want to, I got sick as fuck when I got my first flu shot, and that was right before all this COVID shit happened, and I'm like, what? Nah, like, I'm not really feeling the vaccine right now, because I got a flu shot for the first time, and I was sick for, like, a couple weeks. I could not shake that cold. And I remember I saw this meme, or not even really a meme, I saw this, like, you know, one of those, like, little tweet quote things, and it was like, did you get sick in, like, December, right before all this COVID shit happened, a cold you just couldn't shake? Bitch, you had COVID. And I'm like, I don't know if that was true either, but I was like, whoa, shit. I definitely got sick in, like, November, December, and I could not shake that cold for nothing, but it was right after I got that flu vaccine, so it damn near was the flu. But again, I don't want to get injected with COVID. Like, you know, like, I don't want to.
And then people out here talking about, like, the mark of the beast is going to be in the vaccine.
Yeah.
And, like, that's the way for the government to control everybody, because we're going to get secretly microchip and shit like that.
Definitely been reading into all that stuff, too.
It's a whole bunch of conspiracies going on around it. I'm a conspiracy theorist, but even then, even with me being a conspiracy theorist, I tend to sound on the way of logic. You get what I mean?
Yeah, and I also, like I said, be reading into stuff like this too. So, before we even got to this point in COVID, you know, a couple people were saying this on the internet already, and I mean, a couple people were saying this on, like, YouTube already. People have been saying that this was happening, and, like, that this is the time, and that this was coming, and a lot of people are saying that that's the time that we're in right now. So I mean, staying prayed up is really important, and I mean, so it just all depends on what you believe. Like, all I know is I'm just trying to vibrate on some higher frequency shit and just, you know, like, you know, spiritually get myself together. That's really all I can be worried about at this point.
And you know who needs to also get themselves together? Fucking America. America needs to get their shit together.
They really do.
But the reason why America needs to get their shit together is because America still doesn't understand systematic oppression. Some people are getting it now, but there's still a good number of people who want to resist our need to not take away from what's yours, but to just be on an even playing field. Somebody that purposely stood for this very thing was Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick kneeled during the national anthem during his time in the NFL. Caught big heat, was pretty much blackballed from ever re-entering the NFL. Burning jerseys and everything goes.
Doing the most.
And he has teamed up with Ben and Jerry to make a new ice cream. And here is the tweet exactly from Colin Kaepernick's Twitter account. I've teamed up with Ben and Jerry's to serve up joy on the journey to justice. Today we're excited to introduce change the world. A new non-dairy flavor that hits shelves in early 2021.
Come on, non-dairy.
100% of my proceeds will go to your rights camp with magic support from Ben and Jerry's. And then on the carton, it's like pink, yellow, orange. You got a picture of Colin Kaepernick. It says "Change the world, non-dairy frozen dessert." Yeah.
What's the flavor?
It's just called "Change the World." It doesn't necessarily. break it down.
Well,
like,
it looked like.
matter of fact, no, here it go. Caramel with fudge chips, graham cracker swirls, and chocolate cookie pieces. Ooh.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds fucking fire.
And it's non-dairy.
And it's vegan. Like, I'm not necessarily like 100% on the vegan train, but I will fuck up some Boca burgers. But yes, I'm fucking with that. They bring that to Indiana, but you know, these motherfuckers out here is corn fed.
Okay.
Get that old niggerish Ben and Jerry up out here. Like, no, we don't want none of that around here. Like, no, sir. We gotta get this Ben and Jerry's popping. So they bring it to Indy, I'm fucking with it.
And shout out to you, Colin. You know, still taking a stand.
For real. I was behind him 100% when he took that motherfucker. I was behind him 100%. Like, there needed to be something on some sort of national scale or a national stage to be able to show the world we're not playing this shit no more. This shit's dumb. Like I just said before, we're not trying to take anything away. We're just trying to be on an even playing field. That's it. That's all we want to do. We just want the same opportunities. We just want the same pay. Everybody. Like, if you make 18, 20, I don't want to be fucking making 18 because my skin color is different. You get what I'm saying? And the same thing when it comes to women, like, at a different rate. Like, again, a man can be making like 18, 20, and they making like 17, 50. You ain't supposed to discuss your pay. And that's why motherfuckers be like, oh, that shit's not real.
Glass ceilings and shit.
Glass ceilings and shit, like, for real. So, again, yeah, definitely support what Colin Kaepernick did because it put a light on a wider message. Me simply taking this knee or choosing to sit down during this national anthem that was not written for people that look like me to, you know, succeed in this country. Talking about all men are created equal, you know, one nation under God and all that, like, that you know, that I was talking about like all white men. I was talking about all white men were created equal, not necessarily all men.
Right.
Because at the time of writing the Pledge of Allegiance, y'all probably didn't know half the motherfuckers that was in the world. If you get what I'm saying, like, y'all probably hadn't really like been to Africa that deep yet, or y'all probably like had never seen somebody of Asian descent before. All y'all knew was y'all. So that's why y'all meant like all men were created equal. But that's again a whole different subject. The next thing that we're going to go ahead and get into is Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne pleads guilty to gun charges.
I'm so
Also, Lil Wayne, one of his former managers, is suing him for $20 million. Also, Lil Wayne just sold his masters for $100 million. Which one do you want to cover first?
Wait, didn't he go through all this court shit with Birdman to get masters?
Let's go ahead and get into it.
Did he get like double the money or something? I don't care about Lil Wayne anymore. This nigga is problematic and his dreads look like shit, and that's on period. I don't care.
So Lil Wayne has reportedly sold the rights to his masters for $100 million. The Millie MC sold his masters to Universal Music Group back in June, but it is just being brought to public knowledge due to a pending lawsuit. Additional details surrounding the deal are currently unknown. Fans on social media were shocked by the news, especially because it came at a time when a lot of artists are fighting to obtain the rights to their masters. Twitter user Wednesday Dad _Ames tweeted, "One thing you're never supposed to do is sell your masters. You know how many artists are struggling to own their work? That money multiplies. Your songs and movies, shows, remixes, your basic ownership rights are gone at this point."
I wonder who he sold them to. I mean, that's not none of my business, but like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe he get like a whole hell of a lot more money for him or something? But I would like to think that as an artist, that would be something that you do keep. You know, I'm kind of with that. The guy that tweeted that, like, I would think that is definitely something that you should keep if you have the luxury.
Especially like if you're an artist, like, you know how many like fire ass fucking songs that Lil Wayne did made. Like, he has a whole album of gold in the Carter 3. Like, a whole album of banger after banger after fucking banger.
Year after year after year after year. But you see here, 2020, I'm not having it no more. I don't give a fuck. Fix your dreads, bro. And quit being problematic. Dang. Like, that's all I ask. Like, just please.
But that's the thing, though. Some people don't know how to be unproblematic. Like, sometimes all people know how to do really is to cause fucking trouble. It's to cause trouble and to cause drama.
It's more. I wouldn't necessarily say that he's like causing trouble. I just think that like he's, you know, like that live and they was talking about like black women.
Well, I'm not talking about causing trouble in like a bad way, but what I mean is like stirring the pot. Like for instance, like endorsing Donald Trump. I feel like I don't know if that was truly what he did or if he like, yeah.
I don't even think I was here for that. You see, I just can't see past the dreads. I just can't. I just like. A part of me is like, is Lil Wayne okay? You know,
not
like,
you can't see past the
I
dreads.
can't. Like, I just be like, is he, ever since like the last time, I remember like, I don't even know how many years ago this was, but like, he wasn't looking good. And I don't think he looks good now, but like, I was just like, is Lil Wayne okay? You know, like, and now I just ask that question all the time, and he's just out here like.
And the thing is, he just can't catch a break. Like somebody put a picture of him and his girl like on like the couch, and like the first caption was like, "It's the K-Swiss for me," because he had on these fucking K-Swiss. Like it's the K-Swiss for me.
Nope.
Why? Leave that man alone. Hold on. I don't know where the fuck that picture is. I'll try to find it. Fucking Lil Wayne K-Swiss, but. Also, what's going on with Wei'S at the moment is his ex-manager is suing him for over $20 million. So, Lil Wayne's former manager, Ronald Sweeney, is reportedly suing the rapper for more than $20 million in unpaid funds. In court records obtained by TMZ, Sweeney claims Wayne, 38, of course, did not pay him his
38.
Pay him his full cut of a lawsuit settlement with Cash Money Records. Wayne previously alleged in the lawsuit that his record label violated his contract and withheld money after delaying the release of the Carter 5. However, in 2018, the case was amicably resolved and the Millie rapper reportedly walked away with more than $10 million. A Forbes story published in 2018 says Sweeney worked diligently behind the scenes to help Wayne with his case. Unfortunately, the way the business is situated, everybody goes for what I call the fool's gold, and that is the upfront advance. When you said, oftentimes artists are given up rights to get more money up front, not realizing that those rights are worth a lot more. So yeah, his manager is fucking suing him, and what I'm trying to figure out is why the fuck is he suing him? That's why I'm looking like through this whole thing. So according to Forbes, due to the business manager's countless renegotiations with Cash Money, Lil Wayne was able to co-own his masters and fully own Young Money Entertainment. In the new court docs, Sweeney calls out the fact that he renegotiated Wayne's deal with Cash Money. The manager also claims he was granted 17% in commission, a 7% increase in commission over Wayne's previous manager, Cortez Bryant, from May to September of 2018. Sweeney was reportedly fired in September of 2018 over a dispute involving Brian and rapper Mac Mac. So yeah, basically he's like, nigga, I helped you get this money. I helped you renegotiate this shit. I basically played like the perfect like fixer. I played the perfect fixer for you in this situation. I got you your motherfucking money, and you were supposed to break me off some, and then you didn't break me off shit. You didn't break me off shit. This is like right after you fucking sold your masters. Like it's like that's what I'm saying. Like Lil Wayne has a lot going on.
Break me off, show me what you got, 'cause I don't want no one minute. Ooh, break me off. Remember that song?
Yes. That Missy Elliott song.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about that?
I don't give a fuck about Lil Wayne anymore. I mean, forever, you know, like one of the greatest rappers. You know, I know tons of Lil Wayne songs. You know, Amelia is actually one of my favorite songs. And probably like one of my rap songs that I know like all the words to. Like those memes you see like gun to your head, you gotta rap the words to one song. What are you rapping, Amelie? Because I know them. But I just don't even care anymore. You know, like I don't care. I'm always concerned about his well-being. You know, like
so,
is he okay?
And speaking of his well-being, so Lil Wayne pleads guilty to federal gun charges. The rapper Lil Wayne pleaded guilty on Friday to having illegally carried a gold-plated .45 caliber Glock handgun and ammunition as a felon while traveling on a private jet last year. He said, "Your Honor, I plead guilty." He told the judge this during a virtual hearing in Miami federal court. Having been convicted of a gun charge previously in 2007, Lil Wayne faces up to 10 years in prison when he is sentenced on January 28th. Though taking responsibility may result in a lighter punishment. Mr. Carter was charged last month with one count of possessing a firearm and ammunition as a felon, stemming from an incident on December 23rd, 2019, in which an anonymous tip led Miami police officers and federal agents to search a jet that he had been on. Authorities said that in addition to the gun, which Lil Wayne said at the time he had received as a Father's Day gift, they found cocaine, ecstasy, marijuana, heroin, painkillers, and prescription strength cough syrup, along with nearly $26,000 in cash. He was not charged with any drug offenses. So, yeah.
I mean, it's gotta be a hell of a thing to be in that, you know, place. I guess that stature in life to where you can get off even a little bit on some shit like that. Because they said that he didn't even get any drug charges, and they clearly found all of that illegal paraphernalia. But you know, people party. I'm clearly aware of that.
That shit's in the police station.
You know,
they about to spread that shit.
That's not even.
This is off the books.
That's not even a concern. Like,
hey Jackson, you want the heroin?
I'm just so tired. Like I don't care. You know, like I wish, you know.
So how do you feel about all this shit happening to him? Like boom, boom, boom.
I mean, maybe
this has to be a hell of a day.
Yeah, I mean it's gotta be tough on his family too. You know, he's got kids. He's got a lot of kids. He's got a daughter, beautiful black daughter.
Like he being sued for over $20 million. He just sold the co-mastered rights that this dude, the dude that's suing him for $20 million, fucking helped him get.
So maybe you think that's why? Maybe he sold his masters because he needed some money because he knew he was finna.
That's what I'm saying.
Get in trouble.
Saying he about to go to jail.
Yeah.
So that's like $100 million. Pay to do whatever he got to. Get the rest of his family. That way they can still live comfortably and shit. And then shit, he ride out whatever he got to do.
Yeah.
Because like they say he could face up to 10 years, so he might be like, I have to catch y'all motherfuckers next decade type shit.
I mean, I don't wish jail time on fucking nobody.
On nobody.
Because I don't think
that shit's,
me
that
personally,
shit's horrible.
yeah, I don't think that I could survive even fucking like jail. Like even jail. Like I don't think I could survive. Definitely not fucking prison. So you know, and I know that's got to be rough for the family too. You know, so but at the same time, like I still just don't. Like I don't know. Like I just kind of feel like Morty in this situation. Like, get your shit together. I don't care what you do with it. You know, like you can pack it up and put it in a shit store. Whatever the fuck, get your shit together. You know, like this man is 38 years old. You know, like I definitely can't be out here doing half the shit that Lil Wayne's been out here doing. You know, I remember there was one time he had like a seizure on a plane.
It's been a couple of times he had seizures. Like it's a lot going on with
stop.
Lil Wayne. It's a lot going on.
And at that point, I was still like into his music real heavy. I'm like, whoa, bro, like please, like it's just I don't know, it's just too many black men dying, like in the music industry. And it's just a whole lot of shit going on, and I just feel like.
So I want to just throw out prayers to Lil Wayne, man. Just going to throw out prayers to Lil Wayne, just like we throw out prayers to the family of Tiny Lister. Like, just prayers to everybody, because this is a rough fucking time. Shit ain't stopped happening.
Right.
Like literally, like let's trace it like from the beginning to now. Like I'm just gonna. No, hold on, wait, no. I'm about to bookend it real quick. In the beginning of the year, Kobe passed. End of the year, Lil Wayne facing 10 years.
That doesn't even show I don't feel like that even shows the magnitude. Well, obviously, Kobe dying, it has. I still, like, I don't even like talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not even a basketball fan, sports fan at all.
Again, but if anybody asks about 2020, there's literally like one word, you just COVID.
I like
COVID. What? COVID.
Yeah, I keep seeing this commercial on. I was watching just like Hulu today, and I keep seeing this like lawyer commercial. I think it's a lawyer, and it's like, you guys are now part of the COVID class. Like, I think it's some type of infomercial type shit, but it's labeling us now as the COVID class, and I'm like,
I'm telling you, it's literally like.
Oh,
Anybody for the next 20, 30, 40, however long, this will be known as the year of fucking COVID. If anybody ever describes 2020, what was 2020?
COVID-19.
COVID. It was COVID. What's that? And did you break it down to them? Every fucking thing was COVID. COVID milk, COVID. But, alright, so speaking of COVID again, Walmart is getting ready to administer coronavirus vaccines following the FDA approval.
Bro, I haven't even been to Walmart since COVID fucking started.
Because they've been closing at 9 and they stuck to it. They're like, you know what? I'm not
driving down there.
Earlier than 9. We're fucking Walmart. Like,
I'm not driving down there, so this instant, it's just.
You're fine. But the retail giant Walmart plans to administer the coronavirus vaccine following approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the company announced this week. It plans to enter into agreements with the federal government to distribute the vaccine upon its approval. Walmart Chief Medical Officer Dr. Tom Van Gilder said in this news release on this day. Walmart's preparing some 5,000 of its Walmart and Sam's Club pharmacies to receive the doses when available, including making sure we have freezers in all of our pharmacies as well as dry ice to handle any requirements for storing the vaccine. The retailers are also entering into agreements with states to be able to support vaccinations where needed, whether that is in our pharmacies or long-term care facilities where the states determine they need our help. Healthcare workers and residents and staff of long-term care facilities have been recommended by independent centers for disease control and prevention advisory panels to receive the vaccine first, with many states expected to follow these recommendations. And then the article just kind of goes on from there. But
sounds like a lot of hoopla to me.
I get it. I have more research to do. All I do is research all those content. So I have more research to do, but I don't know. This shit is fucking scary. Like this shit is
very much.
This shit is like legitimately like terrifying because you have to figure out what you want to do. Do you want to not get the vaccine because you feel like there is something up with it, which means you can still risk getting a strain of COVID that's currently still out here amongst somebody? Also, they may have it on applications and shit like that. Like, did you get the COVID vaccine? Like they might start like asking that question.
Well, and
I don't know if it's legal to ask that question, but if it is, I can literally see motherfuckers like on job applications or just asking like any place that they ask you questions like, did you get the COVID vaccine? And if you say no, then
that's kind of
in the trash.
Been in that kind of conspiracy that we were talking about. That's kind of what it's gonna be like. This vaccine's coming. Like at this point, we're hearing about this vaccine, and for what I feel like it's gonna come out, we're gonna have like free will to get it or not.
I'm getting superpowers on the 21st, so the superpower I want is the superpower I want on the 21st is. Matter of fact, I was gonna say the ability to never get COVID, but you know what? I want the ability to be able to snap and have money in my account. Whatever amount of money I've been thinking of, I can snap like, you know what? $10,000.
Well, if that's what you're trying to do,
$10,000 to snap.
If you start doing shit now, then by the time 21st gets here, manifesting that for you should be pretty easy, buddy.
The manifestation of it is already there. I have my manifestation techniques. I got that.
I mean, that's essentially literally what you just said you would have.
Yes.
You have that power down.
Yes. $10,000.
You have it now. ching, ching, ching goes the money tree. I have literally.
I wish you could snap and make money appear.
Follow me on TikTok at the Shanny Show. Period. Okay. I'll be on there, making content, but I'm not fucking with this vaccine because I also have kind of views of like it having some sort of.
We don't trust the government.
Like I just kind of keep my distance where I can. Like I gotta continue to stay in my house. I gotta continue to wear my mask. That's fine with me. And it'd be the point where when they start requiring us to get this, then I'm really gonna be on red alert. Like, what?
And I apologize for having my head down for like most of this fucking broadcast because I was like looking up and like researching and making sure that like we had all the information for the stuff we were about to talk about. The reason why we even started as late as we did is because I slacked.
Working man.
I slacked. I had just literally got off work like an hour before we were supposed to shoot. Yeah, so I slacked. But yeah, that's all of our topics. That is all of our topics.
Y'all finna get this vaccine or what? I'm really trying to know.
Let us know.
Like
again, let us know. Comment.
I'm not with that shit.
When we do our replay tomorrow, which we normally do a replay, the day after we do one of these lives. So if you want to comment on our YouTube page when the video drops there, if you want to comment on the replay we do on Facebook, you can, let us know there. We'll see the comment. It'll pop up. Just hit us up.
Let us know. Engage with us. Talk with us. Let us know. Drop us an emoji. Give us a like. Give us a share.
Let us know. And if you listen to any other show on the Wei'S World Podcast and Network, let us know what's your favorite show. Is it High Frequency? Is it Black Guys Talking About Wrestling? Again, the Talk About It podcast to be coming soon. Is it the new show that we just released, Moody's Point? Dawson had a creek. Moody got a point. Is it the Shanny Show, which will be coming to you all very, very soon? Is it the Drunk Cast? As a matter of fact, I damn near kind of figure it's the Drunk Cast because y'all tore that shit up. Y'all ate that shit up. We hit 600 listens on that last Drunk Cast. Y'all
supposed to be like, wow. And I did fucking monster noises.
Y'all devoured that shit. So I just want to thank everybody that listens to different shows on the Wei'S World Podcast Network. Support your favorite show by supporting the network. And thank you all so much for listening. And thank you all so much for watching. Anything else you want to say?
Follow me on TikTok at The Shanny Show. Follow me on Instagram at Shanny the Shooter.
You can find me on IG at how_way_how. You can also find the Wei'S World Instagram page at Wei'S World_network. And you can find the Wei'S World YouTube page at the Wei'S World Network. We'll be changing soon to the Wei'S World Podcast Network. But due time, for right now, Wei'S World Network. Thank you all so much for listening to episode 22 in season 2 of the Wei'S World Podcast. Peace